Bem-vindo! Hoje é o nosso primeiro programa falando no inglês, no Conectv.
Welcome to the Algarve by Conectv.
Bennett's Bedrooms, the #1 bed specialists in the Algarve.
Currencies for you, achieving you more for your money.
At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.
Welcome back to the Algarve. We're taking a little bit of a different track today. Instead of telling you about what you can buy and where you can go, we're approaching the run-up now to our local political voting. I didn't say it like that, don't I? The local votes in all the different municipalities. So what I'm going to do is work through the next couple of months up until voting day, which is the 12th of October, and introduce you to as many candidates from as many parties as we can. And we're starting today with Nelson Ramos, who is a candidate for the CHEGA party in the Almancil district. So right in the centre of the Algarve, we know you, Nelson, as being Dr. Nelson Ramos, lawyer. So to see you out and about and smiling with all the constituents was a little bit of a shock for me.
Well, firstly I have to make a small correction. It's not Almancil district, it's Almancil. In England, you probably call it a civil parish.
A parish?
Yes.
Almancil parish, right between Quarteira and Faro, or we're going west anyway. That's Almancil, and that's where you're going to find Nelson. So today is all about getting to know who he is, not just party politics, because this isn't a programme to be talking about that. But if you're going to vote, you need to know who you're voting for, who those individuals are, what they stand for as people. So let's peel it back here and find out just who we're dealing with in Almancil. So Nelson, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So the CHEGA party is 6 years old. All very new, and it's taken off. Probably faster than any of the other parties have done, and it's now really putting its stamp. However, you're far right. So,
oh well, that's debatable.
As a party, yes, but I was going to say, where do you stand with that? Because obviously the Algarve is a very different animal to the rest of Portugal.
Well, right now I'm standing here with you. In local terms, ideology is less important. Although I'm an independent candidate, obviously I align myself with the ideology of CHEGA. I don't think we are far right. I think we are democratic conservatives.
Okay.
It's a movement that is going on all over Europe, as you know, and in the Western world in general, the US also.
Yep.
Which has to do basically with, I believe, people getting a little fed up. As you know, many people, English speakers, might not know that the word CHEGA in Portuguese means enough.
Enough. Yeah.
And I think,
and that is being echoed all over the place.
And I think our party probably is the best chosen name for that movement that we are seeing in the Western world.
Well, I think
because people had enough of a corrupt democracy.
Well, I think for me as an immigrant, I'm watching obviously what's going on in the UK and what's going on in America. And the minute somebody says immigrants out, of course, it puts the fear of God in us, because of course we are all immigrants. But let's say your wife is Brazilian. So that's obviously begs the question.
Well, I have to tell the viewers that me and Catherine are friends. So she knows a lot more than I hope that she doesn't tell everything
He's got
that
no
she knows
idea
about
what
me.
I know. So obviously there is being far right, or obviously, you know, as far as you're concerned, a bit more moderate. Okay.
No
So
doubt. I mean, the expression far right is used by the press.
okay.
We don't say we are far right. We are conservative, no doubt. We are right, no doubt. If you see our program, you'll find it's very moderate.
So what's aligned you as a person? What's aligned you with the policies of this particular party?
Well, basically, morals. Basically, morals. I mean, we have had 3 prime ministers in a row, which caused general elections due to corruption scandals. And the societies as a whole, as you know, I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I don't like the message that the society and the leadership of our society is passing to our kids.
Okay.
And I think that moral values are needed. And a society which lost or is losing our moral values,
Okay.
good things will not happen from that.
So we have got you're Portuguese. Are you from the Almancil area?
Oh, I'm totally Algarvian.
Okay.
Totally Algarvian. Very, very much so.
Right. So that's obviously important for us because as a lawyer, you hold a prestigious position, if you like, in the Golden Triangle. I'm going to assume from that a lot of your clients are immigrants or foreigners. Would that be right?
Well, you define yourselves as expats.
Call me what you like. I wasn't born here, therefore, yeah. So if you come in from somewhere else,
you know, the whole immigration issue. We didn't create the immigration issue. We didn't allow 1 million plus people into the country
yeah.
with no visa, with no defined legal situation whatsoever. CHEGA did not create that problem.
Yeah.
We just have to deal with it. We are the ones dealing with it.
So what I want to do is to be able to let people differentiate between what they see and what might be frightening them with you as an individual. If there was a reason for people like myself to be worried, people like yourself wouldn't be involved with the party because you do have a Brazilian wife, because your income, your livelihood depends, can I say primarily on?
Primarily, yeah.
Right, so on people who have come from abroad, whatever you want to call us. So us as immigrants, see, expat tends, sometimes it's considered English are very expatty. At the end of the day, we've got 100 nationalities here, and we're immigrants at the end of the day.
Firstly, for me personally as an individual, I hold no power over policies on my immigration because my power is purely local if I'm elected, so I have no power whatsoever over immigrant policies. That's up to my MPs in national parliament. But
you personally have no issues at all with people who have come from abroad and have moved to the area?
I have issues with people depending on whoever they are, regardless of their nationality. If they treat me badly, I may have an issue with it. But obviously not. I mean, you know, I've created a sports social project.
This is, and tell me a little bit about that. That cycling, children cycling, is that right?
I've created, that's how crazy I am. I've created a children's team in Almancil. And the other day we were counting just out of curiosity. And from the dozens of people involved, parents included, we have 3 people, which the parents are Portuguese, and they are Portuguese, which is me and the other 2 coaches. All the others are Ukrainian,
Really? So
Brazilian, Cape Verdean. We have the only Chinese kid in the Portuguese Federation. We took the only black kids to the national championships of track. We have Romanians, we have Moldavians. I mean,
Fantastic.
no, the whole immigration issue is not an issue that we created. That's the important thing for people to understand.
Yeah.
The left-wing parties created that problem when they allow 1 million plus immigrants into the country with no structure whatsoever. It's not their fault. Obviously, a person will search for a better life. If they have the chance, they will search for a better life. It's normal. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's not the Pakistanis young man's fault that he comes from Pakistan, where women are covered from head to toes, and they end up on an Algarvian beach with bikinis. Obviously, you'll get very excited, and he'll want to take pictures to send his friends back home. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
It's the authorities' fault which allowed that to happen. You know, and we have to deal with it. I mean, the other day I was having dinner with some experts. I don't know if this is true or not, but one of them told me that when World War II ended, some people from the concentration camps were sent to England. But before they were allowed into the society, this is what I've been told. They kind of quarantined in camps where they were taught basic English and the basic rules of society, where they were going to live. And
well, it makes a lot of sense.
And that is something that is wise. Because if you bring in people, my youngest best friend is Chinese. We call it our Chinese son, Miguel. His Chinese name is Wan Ti Hao. I can't spell it properly, but but my youngest speaks to 100, counts to 100 in Chinese. That's how close they are. And I have nothing against people, nothing whatsoever. Okay. But if you bring in people on a massive scale from a different civilizational background, obviously there will be adaptation problems. Yeah. And that is not our fault. We didn't create that. That's an issue that was created by someone else, and that we have to deal with it. Yeah. And we are honest enough to say this is a problem. Yeah. You know, while the others try to turn their face to the side and say, "Oh, it's not a problem. Everything is into." I mean, I've seen posters from the Prime Minister saying things. We have solved the immigration issue in 11 months, where there is plus than 1.5 million pending cases. That is being solved. No, it's not. It's just being ignored.
Well, let's just bring this back to a personal level here a bit. You just said you were having dinner with a friend. So I'm going to throw this at you now. If you could have dinner with 3 people, whether they are alive or dead, who would they be and why?
Gandhi.
Okay.
Gandhi. Definitely Gandhi. King John II of Portugal. Many foreigners don't realize how important King John II was to the history of the world, namely to our Brazilian friends which are filming this. He was actually the father of globalization. He was the one which opened the world to everyone. He was a very important man in world history. The third. Probably my late dad.
Who?
My late dad.
Oh, how lovely.
It's not that lovely, and I don't know if I should even say it.
Yeah, you should, because that would be that would be the top of my list. Not your dad, you understand, my dad.
You know, I was raised in the countryside of Algarve when when we came from South Africa, I was 3 years old. We had no toilet, no electricity. My late dad created a committee of neighbors to install electricity. He has installed a small factory, and as people didn't know where the factory was, he actually put out the signs for the name of the place, Sítio dos Quartos. The signs which are there were made by my dad.
Oh,
He
how interesting.
He widened the road to serve the factory at his own cost and also serve the neighbors. And that's why I'm here today.
So you really are an Almancil boy?
That's why, well, I was raised in Sítio dos Quartos, which is 3 kilometers away from the center of Almancil. He taught me that if you want things done, you have to do it yourself. And, you know, having a traditional education, men did not speak about their feelings. And now, I wish I could have told him things that I didn't. And I wish I could have told him how proud I am of being his son.
Wow, Nelson, that's what a lovely, that is such a lovely story.
Well, it was the way we were raised, you know. Men didn't speak about feelings. That's up for women to speak about.
Well, look, I'm going to just go off track here just a little bit. Just while you've got the feels going on, I'm going to hit you again. A couple of months ago, I put up a post on what was it called, Man with a Van, or it's a post where you go to a page on Facebook where you go when you want something done or when you want to find something. And I put up a post about something in the UK we call man sheds. These go up. Usually they're privately funded, and it's a space that's created for men. This is about men's mental health. Women will go out, we'll walk dogs, we'll do ceramics,
and
we'll
they'll talk to each
people,
other.
We'll talk, whereas men don't do that. And my dad could have really done with something like this. So the idea is that once or twice a week, you have somewhere to go. The real estate will supply the sofa. You've got a carpenter, an electrician, a painter, an accountant. All right. But guys won't talk. But if you go and you know that you are in a space where other guys are feeling depressed or alone or whatever it might be, you don't even have to speak because you know it's that feeling. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to develop something like that over here. Just give guys a place to go, and you can refurbish some furniture, sell it and have a Christmas party, help someone with their IRS, make a cup of tea, whatever it is you're good at, you can just go and do it, but be. And if you want to supply a cake, supply a cake. But we've got stuff that we can do. So hitting you in the feels there, Nelson, should you be successful in your candidacy, can I knock on your door and see if you what I'd like is,
well, you know my office. You know that my office is open. I'm right in the reception with my colleagues, the secretary. So anybody which walks through the office or can walk into my office.
What we're going to be looking for is a place, and to see if the local government can help us.
We have been trying, my team and me, we have been trying to speak to all the possible associations and clubs and everyone.
So when you're saying associations, because obviously the translation is a little bit different, are you talking about
clubs,
the charities?
Also.
As well,
yeah. Because we believe that people which are doing stuff in that area know a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day we were at the Animal Rescue Algarve. Amazing. what they do is absolutely amazing. I mean, I have to congratulate them. Sid, João, well done. And what do I have to teach them in the area? No, they are the ones which have to teach me. And I told them, and our candidate to the presidency told them, look, if we are elected, you are going to be the ones coming in and telling us how to do things. Because you are better than us at this.
And I must say that that's because, with us immigrants, we tend to, because we don't understand about politics, because it's all in Portuguese and you've got 4 people talking at the same time. So we tend to just turn it off and open a charity. But we're incredibly good at running that charity, whatever it might be.
Well, it's a cultural thing that
it is.
The Anglo-Saxon culture. It's very much towards charity organizations.
So what about,
you know that.
Sorry, I was going to say, what about Almancil is a nice buzzy little area. So, do you have a favourite festival or a favourite event that happens in your area that you like going to?
Well, there is a big lack of cultural events in Almancil, but the community's festival is a good show off of what Almancil is. It's a good show off of what Almancil is.
And how important do you think it is for festivals in areas? Because they're free, aren't they? The general public can
this
come
is
along.
not very. This won't win me votes, but this is who I am, and
Don't tell me you're a bit controversial, Nelson. I won't believe you.
I'm getting better. But I mean, we are in a city which got this big title. Now we are a city which doesn't have a nursery, which doesn't have a secondary school, which doesn't have an elderly home, which the roads are terrible, as you know. And those are by far more important issues than festivals and culture, in my assessment. And health is a big issue, a big issue. The health center in Almancil is way overcrowded. It's something that the freguesia can help with, and we have some proposals to help with, namely working with cooperation with private identities and other stuff that I'll publish. I mean, housing is a big issue, a big issue. As you know, there are people living in wooden shacks in Almancil.
Yeah.
And
it's literally bordering on the Golden Triangle.
I mean, there are three next door to Quinta do Algarve, there are people living in wooden shacks. And because there was no planning whatsoever, and I'm sorry, there was no planning whatsoever, because you allow all these resorts to be built in the coast, and you forgot that the people which are going to work there need to live somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, that's just insane.
And am I right?
They built houses in Saúde or Loé, which obviously a person which works in Quinta do Lago, if they come from Loé,
Too far.
they will spend half an hour in traffic in August, more than that. And if they come from Saúde, they'll spend an hour.
Yeah.
We need houses in Almancil, and that those issues. Security is a big issue in Almancil. People, the vast majority of, more than 75% of people, the last study I saw was from 2009, and it said that 74.5% of people which bought houses in Quinta do Lago bought it for one single reason: security. If you don't have security, you don't have foreign investment, and you don't have jobs, and it's not the Golden Triangle anymore. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been talking about this for weeks now. Unfortunately, this is one of the times that I would prefer not to be right. I would prefer the things that happened last Saturday in the feast of communities not to have happened. But it just shows, unfortunately, that I was right, because there is a lot of young people which are just left by themselves.
Yeah.
And there is no structure to support them, to give them moral values, to teach them how to behave. And obviously, young people left by themselves, they develop a counterculture.
Yeah.
You know, they see rap videos where the idols are criminals and gangsters, and oh, I want to be like this. I want to have a golden necklace. I want to drive a convertible with the girls in bikini, and that is a problem. And unfortunately, last Saturday, that problem surfaced in a big way. You know, in a big way. If you watch the videos on the internet, it's something.
It was quite shocking for us to see. But then I've lived here for as long as I lived in the UK, and I have to say, obviously, what I saw in the UK was probably worse than that all those years ago. It's quite upsetting to see that it was going to come. It was going to come, but it's upsetting
Can
to see
you
it
imagine
differently.
if people which bought their houses in the Golden Triangle have seen that before they bought their houses, the effect that would have?
It happens,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
this is a very serious issue.
But
But
you're going to put it right, Nelson.
well,
Given the opportunity to get into
there are two ways of I've attended a conference, the Municipal Assembly on Security, and I listened to the mayor's speech very carefully, and he spoke about everything except the main thing, which is prevention. If you don't have criminals, you don't have crime. I'll repeat. If you don't have criminals, you don't have crime. You can prevent criminals of developing in your own society by giving young people education and support structures for them to develop as citizens which respect the values of society. And you can prevent criminals from coming from other parts of the world into the country. That's also an immigration issue.
Yep.
Did you know that, the Brazilians which are watching this will know very well what I'm talking about. The biggest gang in São Paulo, which is called PCC, has dozens of people in Portugal already. This is known by the judiciary police. I bet that the Brazilians, which are watching this, don't want Portugal to turn into Brazil. The same for the Venezuelans. They don't want Portugal to turn into Venezuela.
Yeah.
And so it's very important that we control our borders. We know it's like your home. You need to control who comes into your house. And it's very important that we work with our youngsters so they don't develop values which will lead them to become delinquents. And on that part, we certainly can help. On that part, working, I mean, there is a project which is run by my friend Elisabetta from Doina. They run a project just for youngsters called Mudaki. I mean, what they do with the means that they have is amazing. It's amazing. And even my own little project, which is the only cycling school in the country, which is totally free. We even supply the bikes, the gear, the everything. Allows kids which would never could have been into cycling to do a sport. That is something
It's
we
really
can do.
important. It's
We
really
can do
important,
locally, and we will prevent youngsters. And for instance, Mudaki has 22 kids up until 13. What about the others, which are out on the street by themselves in summertime? Because as you know, summertime is when parents work the hardest.
No time to look after them.
Yeah,
absolutely,
nobody's taking care of them. They're out on the street by themselves, left to their own devices. And that obviously creates problems.
Well, we're going to have to wrap it up there. So you listening to what Nelson's saying there. It's very, very important issues, and he appears to have some solutions. So if you've got some ideas for him, look him up on Facebook, Nelson Ramos, Ramos. And let's see where we go from there. Nelson, thank you for giving us a
Thank you,
little
Catherine.
insight into you. And I'm going to finish up by saying we were talking just now about associations and charities. Alerta is in the west of the country. This is an association that's also a charity, and Alerta are keeping us informed as to what's going on as far as fires are concerned. We've been 40 degrees again here today, and there are fires popping up all over the country. But Alerta will give us the information. They work with the bombeiros. Please join the group on Facebook. If you do see some smoke, if you hear something's going on, put the post up, let them know, and they'll pick it up from there. In the meantime, the rest of us, if we can help with some donations, whether they'll put a list up. It could be that the bombeiros, the firemen, they need underwear, water, energy drinks, whatever it might be. There will be a shout that goes out to help these guys. Given our volunteers, our bombeiros here are volunteers. They do not get paid. They do not have the protective equipment that they need. So expat, immigrant, population, whatever you want to call us, please look at Alerta and please do what you can to help. Thank you. Wrapping up on a happy note, on Saturday, the 30th of August, we have Noite Branca, White Night. It's a biannual festival. It's in Lulé. It's the biggest festival, I believe, in the whole Algarve. With 50,000 people, more or less, turn up from 8:30. It goes all the way through the night because we've got the biggest full moon of the year. There's streets. We've got everything. There's lots of live music going on. There's gymnastics. There's all sorts of stuff. But please don't turn up wearing jeans and a white t-shirt. That doesn't cut it. 100% white. Wear a wig. White face. Anything you like. Be white for the night. So, and have fun. And we will see you again in September. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Currencies for you. Achieving you more for your money.
Bennett's Bedrooms, the #1 bed specialists in the Algarve.
At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.